What up, Just Doofus, JP in the house, part 3 of I Got No Game. So, I went to this bar called Pig and Whistles in Namba, and I was with one of my homies and stuff, and he's out here now, he's doing good, he's out in China and stuff, you know, with some girl, you know, he's supposed to be doing good, you know, and, but when I first met him, you know, I already told the story about I met him on the train and stuff like that. But he called me up and said, let's hang out. So he took me to Pig and Whistle, and there was some girl there, I guess he knew her, and he introduced us. And, you know, we just said, hi, what's up, you know. And I was just sitting there. But it was a pub, you know, so it was like a lot of white people and Japanese girls. And, you know, there was a few Africans in there and stuff. And every, you know, with the girls, you know, they sit in there for the white guys, and I was just like, I wasn't uncomfortable. I was like, dang, you know, what are you coming here for, you know? And so, anyway, to get to the story, we were going to go to another park. I mean, not to another park, but another club. And so he asked me to ask the girl to go with us, and I was like, huh? I'm like, you go ask. And she just came over to me and asked if she hang out with me or something like that. And I was going to say, and I was thinking to myself, huh? You know, what's she doing that? You know, why don't you just ask, you know, my homeboy and stuff? And I'm like, all right. So we was walking to the next club. She was holding my hand and stuff like that. And we had got to the club and went in, and we was dancing and stuff. And then I told her, let's go outside because it was hot, so I got in my car, because at that time I was rolling the Benz, and so we got in the car, and my homeboy, he told her to get in the car. It was funny though, because they both got in the back seat, and then he was trying to touch her and her stuff, and she was like, no, stop, and all this stuff, and me, you know, I'm like, when the girl's like, stop, I'm like, oh, you know, that's, you know, chill, you know. But she's like, what are y'all gonna do? I'm like, I ain't doing nothing, that's him. You know, I said, you guys are friends, you know. I guess evidently something must have happened. She said, no, nothing never happened between us, and all this stuff. So she kind of got upset, right? So I was like, all right, whatever. So I pulled my car out the parking lot because it was downstairs, and parked it on the streets and stuff because I didn't want to pay any money. And at that time, you could just park on the streets. And we went back in the club, and so we went back in the club, and I figured she was mad at me too, so she wasn't gonna dance with me. But she came over, and, you know, got in the club, and I thought she was gonna go home, but she just came over and started dancing with me and stuff like that. And then she said, well, I gotta go home, can you take me to the station? And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, it's not that far for her to walk, you know. But she knew I had a car, you know, and it really wasn't that far. I mean, for me to go to my car and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So we went to my car, and was sitting. My homeboy, he was funny because he followed us out there, and he was hiding behind his building, trying to, you know, see what we were doing. We just sitting in the front, you know. He'll peep around the corner, and I saw him, and I'm pointing him out to her, and we were laughing and stuff. So as soon as he stuck his head out again, I hit the high beams and hit the horn, and then he came on over and sat in the back seat talking, and, you know, still giving her a massage, and she was like, no, stop touching me, and all this stuff, you know. And then I said, oh, okay, you know, I'm tired, I'm gonna go home too. So he ended up going back into the club, and so I was taking her to the station, and she said something like, well, she wanted to catch the last train or something like that, and it was only 11 o'clock. So I was thinking to myself, well, shoot, I want to go home, you know, or yeah. And I was like, I want to go home. Why she just want to sit in the car and talk, you know? And like, again, I wasn't catching on. So finally I just went and pulled, because like out here you can just pull over next to these some of these buildings and stuff, you know, on the lonely street and stuff. So we just pulled over and started talking, and I'm like ready to go, and she's like giving me all these hints, and I wasn't catching them and stuff. And then I think like maybe 20 minutes before I think it was 12 o'clock or something like that, 11:40 or something. Then I caught it. I was like, oh, wow. Okay, now I understand what she's talking about. And then after that, the rest of the night went all cool and stuff. But it was just funny, because, when she left, I was thinking to myself, man, I am so stupid. Why, And me and her, she had like a round face, but she had these big, thick lips and big eyes. And, man, she was fine, too, kind of tall. Wasn't skinny, wasn't fat, but she was kind of little. She wasn't thick, but like big bones, And she was nice though, man. It was like, wow. And so we used to hang out and stuff, and it was a trip. And then we stopped hanging out, and maybe like a year or two later, I just happened to call her up, and she answered, and still had the same number and stuff. And what you doing? Nothing. Okay, let's hang out. She's like, all right. And she already said she had a boyfriend and stuff like that. But I hear, these girls still don't care. Her boyfriend's a foreign guy anyway. So she really, really don't care. And we hung out, a couple of times. That was it. But she was real cool though, man. But yeah, it was just a trip because I'm always thinking about that. Like, man, why can't I just, get these things straight with these girls and stuff? But I guess I don't know. It's just a trip. But anyway, I gotta go. I got a lot more of those. I'll tell you about them later.